Before we go any further, just want to thank all the people over on Patreon, because without their help, none of this upgraded content that you'd be seeing would be possible. Over on the Patreon, you get exclusive sneak peeks at upcoming videos. You also get access to the Patreon only Discord server. Coming up soon, I'm going to be working on talking about other anime that I can't talk about here on YouTube, like say ReZero, Konosuba, and etc. I'm also going to start posting the scripts for video essays, and every 3 months we do an anime and manga haul. We also are going to open up the Patreon only Discord server to YouTube members at the $2 price tier, which also means that members will be seeing their name here alongside the patron. But with that being said, let's get back into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another review for Sasuke Retsuden's manga. And once again, the manga has split up events from the novel into a part 1 and a part 2. So this is going to be chapter 7.1, and then the next chapter is going to be chapter 7.2, and rightfully so, because there's a lot that goes on, especially when we consider that there's going to be a big fight in the next chapter and the one after this, which is why I will forever say the anime rushing this story is a bad idea, because the manga's pacing's been ideal. However, with the intro and context out of the way, let's back things up and get into the review itself. So the chapter opens up exactly where the last one left off, and after Sasuke tells Sakura that they have to go back to the prison, Sasuke stops midway through their journey and basically gives Sakura the task of protecting the prisoners while also looking for Zanzuru, because Sasuke knows that if they can find the caster of the Edo Tensei and make them break the jutsu, they can spare a mass loss of life. It's Sasuke showing that quick thinking that we really come to expect from him, and we see him using his knowledge that he's gained from when he and Itachi fought against Kabuto, and he saw the way that the Edo Tensei was broken, and he learned the specifics of the jutsu. He's using that information to formulate his plan for the current situation, including the idea to use genjutsu on the caster of the Edo Tensei, because again, that's something he saw Itachi do, which is a nice tie-in to Naruto's manga. However, it's after he begins pursuing some of the dragon beasts that he runs into Zanzuru himself, and we're finally given the confrontation that I've been waiting on. After Sasuke confronts Zanzuru and warns him that using dragons via the Edo Tensei comes with enormous danger, Zanzuru, he just smiles, and we learn what we've been seeing isn't the exact same Edo Tensei that we've gotten accustomed to from when Orochimaru used it to kill the third Hokage and Kabuto famously used it to fight the Shinobi Alliance with all those legendary ninja who were brought back as zombie, which goes back to the reminder of the significance of where we actually are. We're not in the land of fire, we're in the land of Redaku, an area where Hagoromo came to visit multiple times, and he actually once lived here. Stuff like size, chakra infused ink paintings, it didn't originate in the land of fire. Jutsu like that, they got predated here 1,000 years ago when the Sage of Six Paths lived here. The same with what we know as Edo Tensei, hence why it's similar, but it's different to what Tobirama is credited with creating, which gives you another reason why Orochimaru once visited this land in the past. He was doing what we know he continued to do in the Boruto era, which is look into the history of the Sage of Six Paths and any connection to modern day jutsu. It's not just Tsunade's Byakugo seal that he was looking into. Tobirama's Edo Tensei origins, this was another. Zanzuru then asks Sasuke if he's got any allies in Nagare village, and we see a panel of Kakashi, and the reason why Kakashi is shown in this very moment, for those of you guys who are unaware, Kakashi is in a battle against the Prime Minister of Redaku, who is leading an army of 300 rogue ninjas and mercenaries, and Kakashi is fighting them all alone, and even being forced to fight against a tool that is being wielded like a weapon that has the power to flood the entire country because it's amped up with Six Paths chakra and water release inside of it. I've already covered this in my Kakashi Retsuden playlist for those of you guys who are interested in Kakashi's exploits and how they tie into what Sasuke and Zanzuru are actually discussing here, because again, Kakashi's story for the most part is occurring simultaneously with this story. After Sasuke learns that Zanzuru is planning to test out the dragon beast by killing everyone inside the prison, Sasuke cuts on his Sharingan and uses the Sharingan Eye of Insight in order to take a direct look at Zanzuru's chakra levels, which is a reminder, one of the powers of the Sharingan that people tend to forget is that the Sharingan can see a person's chakra as a color, but they can't actually see the chakra network like the Byakugan can, but the Sharingan can see the chakra inside the body as a color, including the amount of chakra and any disruptions that are going on inside the body. It's while he's doing this that Sasuke realizes that Zanzuru is just a normal person, and that absolutely baffles him because it means he isn't a shinobi, and Sasuke Sasuke realizes that Zanzuru has a partner. However, it's then that Zanzuru orders Minnow to attack Sasuke while Zanzuru flies off. This next part is going to be really important for the idiots over on Twitter and TikTok who are calling Sasuke dinosaur level. This chapter goes out of its way to show you Sasuke isn't fighting anywhere near full strength and is looking for the path of least resistance to end the fight, especially now that he's aware there's a shinobi that he's going to have to track down in battle, and that this Edo Tensei he's seeing is not the exact same as the Edo Tensei that he's been used to in the Land of Fire. Sasuke at first tries to talk to Minnow to see if using a softer voice will allow him to win the trust of the animal, similar to how one might try and win over the trust of, say, a horse or a dog. Minnow lunges forward and Sasuke summons his sword, but he doesn't slice open Minnow, but instead he uses that sheathed sword to stop Minnow from biting him, and Sasuke quickly uses a shadow clone to use that pseudo ice release we saw him use in chapter 2 of the manga, where he made that dagger out of ice release, but the manga never verbally calls it ice release like the novel does. Sasuke explains for the readers how he is able to cool down Minnow's burn wound, and it's by using wind release to cool down the water release he's using. As Sasuke explains in the Sasuke Shinden, the Teacher's Star Pupil novel, where he first uses this, he's begun trying to recreate Kekkei Genkai, but due to not having the bloodline traits, he can only mimic them via highly skilled chakra control. In this instance, he is simultaneously using water release and wind release to cool down that water release to freezing temperatures while he's simultaneously applying a change in chakra shape. This is something that Sasuke casually refers to as being easy to do, but Konohamaru and others take note that even for a genius, this is super complex. It's nearly impossible for anybody except for Sasuke, especially considering Sasuke's phony ice release literally rivals the real thing, despite Sasuke saying otherwise. Sasuke then allows himself to be bitten by Minnow and uses his Sharingan Genjutsu to stun Minnow, and he grabs hold of his tongue to directly pour his chakra into Minnow to overwrite the Genjutsu that Minnow is under, and this is the correct combination. The anime threw me off when in the last anime episode we saw Sasuke just grab the tongue. The manga shows you it was a combination of Sharingan Genjutsu and using the tongue to directly use as an outlet to pour his chakra into Minnow while using the Sharingan to place him under Sasuke's control. Again, reason number 900, the anime version being so rushed is doing you a disservice if you're choosing only to watch the anime and not actually read the manga. After Minnow embraces Sasuke and begins cleaning his wounds with his tongue, we see the prisoners getting chased down by the dragon beast, and the chapter ends there. Now, the next chapter is going to be very curious to read because I'm already expecting the anime to not only butcher what happens next, but also tone down the violence that we got from the novel itself. However, I do think that given the manga version of this is being broken up into a part 1 and a part 2 for this section of the novel, I think we're going to see the proper fights unfold as they should and be given justice. Sakura and Sasuke each have battles to take place, and there's a huge reveal for the person who is actually controlling this version of Edo Tensei that I have more faith the manga will handle this properly, whereas I think the anime is going to absolutely butcher this. This was a really good chapter. It had great flow, it had great pacing, the expressions that we got worked very well, and that sequence where Sasuke combines Sharingan Genjutsu with him pouring his own chakra into Minnow, it was paneled very well, slowing down the scene. And what I love about it is that if Sasuke was wrong here, he risked losing his other arm if Minnow treated it like a Scooby snack, but Sasuke took a calculated risk, and I love it. This is the type of stuff you love to see if you're a Naruto fan. It's the move hidden behind the move, ninja deduction skills at work, Sasuke realizing there was another shinobi in the prison that he overlooked, going back to Naruto's core theme of a ninja must see through deception. Sasuke did not see through deception. There's a reason for it. And this is where we say shame on the people trashing this story on TikTok and Twitter because of their Boruto hate boner, because they're saying that, oh, this is just a Saku novel. If those same people just took their hate boner out of their mouths for a second and stopped deep throating it and they actually read the novel, or they actually read the manga, since the manga has pretty pictures, if those people actually did this, they would realize this is a story about a married ninja couple on a ninja mission, doing ninja-like things like gathering intel like ninja, hiding their identity like ninja, using deception like ninja, and using violence as a last option like ninja. For the whole I miss when Naruto was a story about ninjas crowd, this is a ninja story. You should really enjoy this. I understand. We draw the line here, even though Naruto's manga has literal aliens in it, but we gotta get those likes up regardless as to how willfully ignorant it makes you you look. Anyway, my chapter question to you guys is, how do you guys feel about Sasuke's quick thinking in this chapter and the fact that he was so focused on Zanzaro that he overlooked the identity of the true shinobi behind everything? And who do you think it actually is? While you think that over, click here to watch my Black Clover chapter review on my Kryptonian Saiyan channel, or click here for this Naruto Explained video.